Okay, this is my first attempt at showing you on video how to create a portrait. Now, this is just one way of doing it. There are many ways of doing this, just like there are many ways of drawing or painting just about anything, probably anything. This is just one way of doing it. So let's get started. With this one, I'm going to use the egg-shaped head. So draw lightly because you will have to erase, and you really need to practice drawing lightly. Use this side of your hand and keep it close to, well, keep it on the paper. There's a basic head shape. What if you accidentally made the bottom too wide? That's not really the right way. That's not normally how a human head looks. So all you would have to do would be to turn it upside down. Don't worry about anything. Just do it like that. Let me check and see if you can still see it. Yes. Okay. The drawing is light. Chances are you can't see it very well. But I'm looking here and now you can see it. Okay, now, these instructions are going to be very weird, and you're not going to want to do it like this, but from the top of the head, you'll be glad you did, from the top of the head to the bottom of the chin, the eyes are going to be about halfway down. If they're a little bit above halfway down, that's okay, but they'll be about halfway down. You could probably fit 5 normal-sized eyes across this head. But of course we only want 2 eyes. So imagine there's an eye in the middle and then 2 more fit on each side. Eyes, I'm going just to make a regular kind of, a little bit like a football shape. It's not going to be perfect. And that's okay. We don't worry about that a whole lot. This is really a little higher. Then it's a little too high, so I'm going to erase it. If you draw lightly, you can erase rather lightly as well. And that way you save your eraser. Let's go down a little bit, like to right about here. Okay. And that's still not much lower, but we're just going to deal. All right. The eyes have eyelids. If your eyes are a little too large, you put a line inside to make the lid. If your eyes are a little too small, you'd put the line above. I think I'm going to put the line here. Okay, you know that crease? Now you've made the crease. This has become the crease where you blink your eyes up and down. Where you open and close your eyes. I will put the iris. I'm just going to draw the outside of the iris right here. The white does not show all the way around the iris unless you have some sort of a disease. I'll put a line right here. Now, let's remember, and the eyes are, I can tell right here, the eyes are not even, they're not perfect. I'm in an awkward position. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to just fret because your portrait won't be perfect. So I'm not going to fret about this. Now, remember I said roughly halfway. It's a little higher, but I said roughly halfway between the top and the bottom will be the eyes. Now we're still going to play the half game. Halfway between the eyes and the chin will be the bottom of the nose, where your nostrils are, nose holes, some people call them. Okay, so here's the eye, here's the chin. Let's go about halfway. It does not have to be exact. It's not an exact science. But it is science in a way, but of course it's art too, so don't worry too much, just about halfway. Most kids tend to put their nose up here, the bottom of their nose, and that's not right. Halfway between the eyes and the chin, bottom of the nose. Okay, you have 3 curves. Here's the curve in the middle of your nose. And then we all have to have holes to breathe. Let's make a curve here, let's make a curve here. There you go. Now, I'm not making anybody's nose in particular. As I'm looking at this nose, I think the curves come up a little too much. So I will, let me check and make sure I'm still filming. It looks like, yes, okay. I'm going to bring them down a little. Okay, and then we have a curve. Now we got the 3 curves, 1, 2, 3. All right, and then there's going to be a curve kind of like the letter C, and there's going to be a curve kind of like a backwards C right here. Now, the bone, your nose does not meet your eyes. Some people make it meet their eyes, and that is wrong. Your nose, it goes in a little bit, and when it gets about to the level with the eyes, it starts going out a little bit. So it's going to be a curve. And we bring it out, and let's go ahead and draw some eyebrows like that. Other side. Curve in just a very little bit until you get even with the eyes, about even, and then start curving out. The eyebrows do not have to be exactly alike. As a matter of fact, if they're not, it might be a little more interesting. All right, let's play the half game again. Halfway between the bottom of your nose and your chin, you will have your, let's see, it's going to be probably the bottom of your lip is how I'll do it. Some people put the middle, the space between your lips as that. I think I'm going to do that. Hey, never mind about the bottom of your lip. I'm going to put the space between your lips as halfway because I think that'll be easier for you. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to draw the bottom of the top lip. Draw lightly so you can erase. Don't erase too much, though. That looks like somebody's teensy-weensy smile, but we're not done. That's where your lips are coming together. That's just space between your lips. Now let's draw the top lip. In a minute, I will show you how to draw a lip, an easy way for children who aren't quite versed on it yet, who are, well, you know, if you're scared to do it, you just need to practice, really. And let's go in the middle to the bottom. Come up like this. Now, as I'm looking at this, it's crooked. It's not lined up right, but I'm not going to worry about it. And again, as I'm looking at this, I see that the child's chin, there's too much here. Since I drew lightly, I'm going to erase just this part right here. It doesn't show badly anyway. And once you get all of your crayons or whatever people are going to use, crayons, paints, color pencils, or whatever you use, once you get all that there, let's see, put it right about here. Once you get all that on there, little erasures won't show up unless you had drawn way too darkly. You must see how light I'm doing that. If you like dark drawings, you can darken them later, unless I tell you not to, because I may have other reasons, other things I want you to do. Okay. All right. We're just going to leave it like that. Okay, you have a person's basic face. The ears usually start in the area of the eyes and end close to the mouth. I'm going to I think it'll look better if these ears end closer to the bottom of the nose, so watch. You don't see the entire ear, so you're just going to kind of do something like this. Again, don't try to be perfect. Right now, again, I'm in an awkward position trying to make this thing stay, trying to make this art stay in the area of the camera so the camera will see it. Now, this is the top, so I'm awkward right now. So this is the top of your head. Children, even if you're a boy, you will have, of course, you're going to have hair here, your hairline. Let's make just a light, basic hairline for somebody. Usually it'll come kind of down like that. Everybody has a different hairline. Not everybody's hairline is like the next person's hairline. That's okay. We're all different. And that's okay. Now, right now, this is kind of like a boy. Now, the neck is going to start kind of right under the ears. This is a neck. Little children think it's legs. But now, the neck is going to start like this. And then your shoulders, the shoulders are wide enough so that you could fit another neck on each shoulder. So a lot of kids like to end their shoulders right here. That is not right. This shoulder, for instance, should probably go just about off the paper. This shoulder, it's about like that. That's not right. You're rounded. Okay, now give the child. Now, if it's a girl, she might want a lacy collar. That's not looking quite right there. But you realize as a child who's learning, you don't have to look like, your art does not have to look like an experienced artist. Of course, you'll be a little more comfortable than I am now, I hope. I'm going to leave it like that right now because I'm not going to labor over little things very much at this time. Okay, we have ears. Now, this is how a boy would look right here. And there's got to be a way I could take a picture of that. I wonder. I'm not going to take a chance. All right, this is how a boy might look. Suppose you want to make this into a girl or a boy with braids. Sometimes boys have braids too. You might, for a girl, you might want to put braids somewhere. Some children have braids. I used to call them cornrows. I don't know what they call them now, but some children will have braids going up their head, going on their heads. You can do like that and like that if you want. You don't have to. I don't really like the way that turned out. Light drawing is the most forgiving thing you can do. That means it won't hold it against you if you make a mess. Not if you make a mess. You're not as likely to make a mess. It won't hold it against you if you make a mistake. Because when you erase, you don't see a really bad line there. Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll give a girl, I'll make some braids right here, or I'm just going to make a ponytail right here. Maybe the girl has them up here. Maybe she's going to be a cheerleader or something, and she needs to get her hair out of the way. That hair's longer. But I show you my mistakes because you're going to make mistakes too, and I just don't want you to fret about it. Now, suppose I don't like the way this tangle looks. Get my trusty eraser out and just kind of fix it. You can turn it any way you want. But don't color too much with that pencil. Because if you're going to add other colors, the pencil will ruin everything. Suppose the girl would like to have... and we can part your hair in the middle if you like. Suppose the girl would like to have earrings. Well, you can just put something there, whatever you like. Again, they're not perfect. They're not exactly right. Something else you could do, maybe to make your artwork interesting, well, you could add designs or a choker right here, or designs to the to the clothing. Or something else you can do. You could take a ruler or some straight edge and draw a line right here. The things that you are interested in. My border is not exactly straight, but that's all right. The things that you're interested in, you could put up here. Please, no hearts, no stars, none of those S signs or dollar signs, please. You could put just whatever you might be interested in. Let's say I'm a girl who's interested in... I was very interested in books. I'm interested in painting. I'm interested in traveling. You could turn it into a road with a line down the middle. You could just use your imagination, whatever you'd like to put there. And remember, whatever you put, if you're going to be painting, remember that your small shapes, you have to be very careful in neatly painting them. You don't want to take a crayon or your paintbrush and just color over her eyes and all that. No, that does not look good. And even first graders don't need to do it. Even kindergartners don't need to do it. But anyway, this is my first attempt at videoing instructions. I hope to do it more so that you can learn from me in more ways than one. Okay, now I'll put a stop. I'm going to stop it for now and check it out and see how it turned out.